Okay. Here's story regression equation you have without options. Now let's do the key sequence. Y bars. Function. Okay. Now pull down the calculator.
Okay. Did we get this?
I just pick one for too many depths.
Okay, how many of you, when you were making up your equations, got stuff to that many decimals? How many wrote it down and were that precise with it? So, do you have the same numbers as I do? No. Yes, no. You went to the window. Why'd you go to the window? Oh, there you go. So press enter. You're ready. So, this right here, this is your prediction equation. Okay? So, the A value, see y equals ax plus b, that's the same as slope-intercept form. So, what's my rate of change? See the A and the A? So, this would be your rate of change, because the number that's in front of the x is rate of change. Negative 0.008230063. That's your rate of change. What's my y-intercept? 19. So if you need to write down an equation, which is part of the assignment, then this is your equation. You don't have to figure it out using the 2 points and the point slope form and that sort of stuff anymore. But you have to remember the key. Okay? So your equation would be y equals negative 0.008. You can round it, you don't have to write them all, okay? X plus 19.9. Okay. Now, that's R squared and R values. Okay, if you look at the R value, this is what they call the correlation coefficient. Okay, this was that part B on number 10 or something like that, but I said you can skip. So the correlation coefficient, that is a value between -1 and 1 that tells you how closely the equation fits the data. If you have photographic memory, you'll probably be okay. Okay. So the correlation coefficient, it ranges from -1 to 1. So 1 is perfect. That means the data that you have is a perfect linear equation. The line is going to match up with it perfectly. Okay, -1 means it's going to match up with it perfectly, but instead of going up, it's going to be going down. So the closer the number is to 1 or -1, the closer the equation exactly fits the data. Okay, so when we looked at our graph, were the points in a straight line? Think back to that scatter plot. Were they all lined up already? No. So is it a true linear equation? No, but we are using a linear equation to predict it, to estimate what it is. Okay? So this correlation coefficient, you're going to use the R. Don't use the R squared. Correlation coefficient is -0.88. So is that fairly close to 1? So it's somewhat close. It's not perfect. So the closer this is to 1 or -1, the more accurate, the more confidence that you have in your equation. So remember question number 4? The issues with? It has scatter plots all over the place. That correlation coefficient is probably going to be closer to 0 than 1. So here's your equation. Now, if you push y equals, guess what shows up in this y equals menu now? Okay. Your equation should be there. Does everyone have that equation in there?
Yes. Yes.
Did you push y equals? Push y equals. Okay. Does everyone have it in there? Nope. You didn't do the y1 then. That's the issue. So if you hit y equals, check yours in there. So that, then you have to go back to the whole thing. Calculate linear regression. Now go variable, bars, y bars, function, y1. Now press enter. Now hit y equals. Okay. Once you see that it's in there, go to graph and look what it puts on your scatter plot. Okay. There's your line of best fit. So have we graphed it? Do we have a line of best fit? Do we have a prediction equation? Yes, and we can write that down. Okay, so the only other question now is, what is going to be our temperature when the depth is 2,500? Okay, so we're going to use our calculator for that. Now, if you go to your table, so if you go second graph, that takes you to your table. Okay, you can scroll up and down. Do you think I want to sit here and scroll all the way to 2,500? No, there has to be a better way. Not format. Okay, look above the window. You see what it says above the window? Table setup. Okay, table setup. So if you go to your table setup, the second window, it asks, where do you want the table to start? Where do you think we want the table to start? 2? 2,500. Okay. This second line, this delta table, remember, that does the change in the table. So if you want the table to count by hundreds, you can put 100 in there. You count by 100 then. Okay. So go back to your table. When x is 2,500, y is negative 0.72 degrees Celsius. So do you see why I just had you turn in your assignment today? Yeah. Yes.
My question is, how do you graph it? Like you graphed it, and then how do you show that you graphed it on the?
I'm going to trust you that you did. Okay. So good question. Do you have to graph these out on paper anymore?
No.
No. Yes? You want to?
No.
Okay. You do not have to graph these out on paper anymore. I do want you to graph them on the calculator. Okay? And does everything in this world deal with a linear relationship? Not everything. Some things are quadratic or exponential growth. So there's going to be more things that we're going to be learning. This is just the first of the regressions that we're learning. You have quadratic regressions, you got polynomial regressions, you got power regressions, you got all sorts of different things. Okay, to fit data, try to predict what will happen. So that would answer all the questions. Make a scatter plot, we did that. Line of best fit, we did that. Describing the correlation, we said we had a correlation coefficient of 0.88. So it fits, it's a negative correlation. We did a prediction equation, and we predicted the missing value. Okay. So, your assignment, now you get to go through the same questions. Use your calculator. Use your calculator. And you should be getting all the same answers now. Okay. Well, no. You need your prediction equation. You need to write that down. Prediction equation and answer the question. Okay. You do need to write down your prediction equations, but you do not have to graph anymore. By hand. You just need to graph it on the calculator. Same one. 3 through 10. Should be done a lot quicker. If you do not have your own calculator, you come back to academic skills and work again. Remember, if you haven't rented one or don't have your own, they need to stay in the classroom. Okay. So use the odd ones. Okay. So use the odd ones to make sure you're getting the right sequence. So maybe you want to do a couple odd ones first to make sure you got the key steps down and everything. And then you can feel pretty comfortable and confident with the even ones.
How do you clear?
Clear. Go up to the top. Go very clear up to the top.